And then we pretend to turn off, and then
Yeah. Okay, now we're gonna get you off stage for a second, and then we're gonna start the episode, and then we'll bring
Are we
you
gonna
on.
do like a break?
I'm off.
Bathroom break?
Oh yeah,
need-
bathroom break.
you
Bathroom
need
break.
to do a bathroom break, Dawn Marie.
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
you do
bathroom
it.
break.
Go, run. Run.
Where's the little clicker?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I'll make one of my own.
Perfect.
Yeah. And break.
But yeah, well, thank you so much for asking to come on.
Well, thanks for offering in the first place.
Well, have you like listened to an episode of ours before?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just warning.
No, I even got my wife to listen to you guys because I'm like, this is fucking hilarious. And I'm like, it's opinionated Lushes. And she's like, what do they do? And I'm like, well, they spin a wheel, they pick a topic, and they drink and have fun and opinionated about stuff. And she was like, oh. And I'm like, what? You don't like it? She's like, well, I quit drinking. I'm like, you don't have to be drinking with them. Like,
I have to take a shot. Like,
We
oh man.
literally say grab a drink, any kind of drink. We have episodes with sober guests. Like we're just stay hydrated.
Yeah, our last Books and Booze guest was a
2 years sober.
person. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that was great.
So they just bring like a juice or a different
Drinking
drink.
water
just
right
not enough-
now. Like,
Yeah. See? Oh,
yeah, I quit drinking for a little bit, and then I kind of forgot about fermentation on fruits, and I ended up eating a bunch of cantaloupe and watermelon that fermented in a bag while we were out on the lake. And
Oh,
by
that's
the end of
fun.
the day, we were like, "Oh wow, I'm actually getting kind of tipsy off of eating this fruit." And then I was like, "It's a little sour. I don't know what this is." And I
Yeah,
was like,
what's happening?
fermented.
We like, yeah, sometimes we like if it's like fruit does ferment, and then we give it to like a wildlife, and then if they eat a lot of it, you see them a little after like 15 minutes. Yeah, we're like, oh
Yeah.
shit, sorry, buddy.
no. You're welcome.
Oh,
You're
guys,
welcome,
yeah, you're
buddy.
welcome.
Yeah, you're
You have
welcome.
no idea what's going on, but like, you're welcome.
I've been around that all my life. Like my dad's horse, Jupiter. Anytime my dad and I were doing hay in the fields, we'd set our beer up on the fence post, and we turn around, and we're like, "Where'd the beer go?" And then we'd see the horse kind of wobbling around, and we're like, "Oh no!" And we'd watch him grab the bottles and throw it back and chug the entire beer. We're like, "Oh, the horse likes to get drunk. That's oh god, that's where the beer keeps going."
Yeah, like where did I put this down? You're like, I didn't even know. Don't remember drinking this. Maybe I'm drunker than I thought.
Now my wolf dog does the same thing too. She ate an entire case of beer, like cracked every can open and drank them.
Oh my god.
And yeah, I came out and I'm like trying to get her back upstairs, and she couldn't even walk up the stairs, so I had to carry her up the stairs. And I'm like, oh, my dog.
Sonya's
is
dog ate
alive."
edibles once.
Oh my gosh, a whole plate of brownies. Like it's not, thank goodness he's huge. Like he's like a wolf dog size. And he ate like really strong weed brownies and because he could reach. And he was like out of it for like 3 days. I was like, oh my gosh, like I can laugh now because he's fine.
Yeah.
But for those days I was pretty worried.
Pretty stressed. Okay. I'm getting you off screen so that we can start, and then I will introduce you and bring you on, and then we will get started. Remove. Okay. Excuse me. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
How is everybody this week?
It's hot, man. It's hot. Yeah.
It's okay here.
I know. Like I don't understand. Like I'm like further north, and like it's almost 30 all week. I'm dying. I don't like it.
I know you even took a COVID test because you're like, I feel so sick in the heat. Like,
yeah, I know. Like my lungs are on fire still. It's because it's a wet heat. You know, like it's so fucking humid here because it keeps
It's all the
raining, and
humidity.
it's still every night it's raining almost like every day, and it's still so hot. Like I don't understand. It's supposed to be cooling shit down. Nature is
Adds
stupid.
to the humidity.
Yeah, it's 70 plus
Good.
every day.
Climate change.
Yeah. Did you hear about that hurricane that was like kicking ass? Like it was a record, started record early, and it was a record like 5 for like the longest time. And then it slowed down and then it picked up again to be 5 again. And like,
It's the end of the world as we know it.
yeah, it was big.
Okay, well, after talking about how we're all gonna die, we're gonna bring on a guest.
Lighten up the mood.
Yeah. So we have a guest on today. He hired me for voiceover work, so obviously automatically becomes my favorite person because I actually got paid. That's
Right.
like, yay!
Very easy to please, right? Just
Yeah,
pay me.
yeah, just pay me. And so I'm gonna bring on Mikhail from Mudwalker Productions. Hello.
Hello, comrades. It's Mikhail.
Well, thank you so much for coming on and doing our thing. Hopefully we get a good topic.
Yeah, sometimes we don't like them,
Yeah.
and then we just
Yeah.
do like pretend it didn't happen and pick another one.
Yeah. We're the gods here, you know, like we
Yeah.
get full reign. So
Yeah. Mikhail, what are you drinking tonight?
I am drinking an Easy Rider whiskey with Coke and ice.
Nice.
In a mason jar for the people just listening. It's a mason jar.
As soon as it's in a mason jar, it tastes 10 times better.
It does.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Summer night, mason jar, cool drink. Perfect.
On a patio is like the perfect storm. Jessica, what are you drinking tonight?
I am drinking Blue Moon, a Belgian white style ale. Tastes like orange. I like
That's a good choice.
it. Beer. I'm normally drinking beer.
Sonia, what are you drinking tonight?
Just Sprite and rum. Just like plain.
You're like just.
Just.
Sonia Korea right there.
There's no, yeah,
is,
no
is
sangria.
that why the rum is always gone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I took it all.
I'm just drinking a socialite. It's like vodka, soda, strawberry. And I can crack it open.
Whoop, whoop.
Woohoo!
Little drinking ASMR.
Mm-hmm.
Vodka, you mean like water?
It's a good
Tastes
accent.
like water. I'm not gonna lie. Like
Is that strong
roll up
enough?
in a strawberry.
Is there like a percentage on it?
Yeah, it's hold on. I'll tell you what it is. It's only 4%, so yeah, it's basically water.
Oh,
Yeah, like my
basically
water.
water.
5.4. So yeah, that's pretty much water.
It's water.
I made my
So, Jessica
whiskey
knows
pretty
how strong I like my drinks, so
We do a 50-50 drink, so it's like 50 alcohol, 50 whatever we mix it with. So
Yeah.
Is that how strong you make yours?
Yeah, about right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we call it a 50-50. So I'm pretty sure that's what Sonia's measurements are.
It is like because there's ounces on it. So I just do like 16 ounces of one and then 16 ounces of the other. Like it's easy peasy.
Okay, picker wheel, please give us something good. Oh,
What
this
did
is
you
kinda
want to be
good.
when you grew up? Yeah. I think so, yeah. Whoop, let me
Okay, does anyone want to go first?
I wanted to be so many things. Like all the things.
Back when they told you could be anything?
Yeah, I wanted to be a radio persona person. Like I would interview all my brother's friends on my like pretend radio show. I don't know how old you are, Mikhail, but back in my day, there was like a tape recorder thing with like a microphone on it, and you carry it around and with like a cassette tape, and you could push like record and stuff.
Do you
but
want me
I
to
had
pull
one of
out my
those and-
RCA camcorder?
yeah, just
Okay,
like
you know
proof,
what?
Like you're like, I know.
He's a man, so I feel like it's okay if we ask him.
Oh yeah, go for
How
it.
old are
His
you?
age.
I am 31, turning 32 in November.
Oh God,
it's still a baby.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, it's the baby
older.
Yeah.
supposed to be the baby.
I know
I'm just
it's
gonna be
weird.
offended.
Hey,
Just gonna be
yeah.
upset
I
right
don't
now.
ask women their age, okay? So you look like you're 24 to me.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
there we
you,
go.
thank you. That's
I
you know
tell
what?
I tell
Making it.
everybody. Yeah. That's how I tell people. I'm like, oh man, I'm only 25. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah,
So
that's
what
one
did we
thing.
want to be when we grew up?
I just want to be like the regular things that little girls want to be, like a pediatrician or a veterinarian or a teacher or a grown-up babysitter. Like, I just typical shit.
I wanted to be a crime scene investigator. I used to really like CSI, like Grissom stuff. Like I'd be like, I could do that. Yeah.
And like do crime. Not do crime.
Not do
Maybe
crime.
do crime, like a Dexter thing.
Be the Dexter of the true crime.
Yeah. I'm doing the
Just solve
crime
her own
and
crimes.
yeah, I'm doing
I
it
only
all.
kill the bad people. That's all I do. That's the crime.
And then I try to solve it.
Yeah.
We should do a true crime podcast and like be the content creators for that. Branch out. We got the books and booths. Now we could do true crime.
Where
We do the crime.
okay, we're
like,
doing
we
the
do the
crime
crime
and
and
then
then we do
talking.
Yeah, then we're solving the crime after we did the crime.
At the end of every season, it was us. Like, what?
So did you really use that tool to murder that person? Oh no, that tool was honestly a
Let's look at the
mystery.
evidence. Like,
Yeah.
It threw you off the trail, but you
It did,
believed
yeah. Yeah.
we have an interview like tonight with the actual murderers involved in the case. Sonia.
Yay.
Hey, yeah. Plot twist. Like, I
Oh,
never watched
no.
Dexter. I watched some of it, but like not enough to understand how he was able to like be a police officer. And like, was he solving his own crimes? Like, that doesn't make
Not
sense to me.
until later on.
Because he was a homicide police officer, right?
He was a blood spatter specialist.
Specialist.
Okay.
So he worked in forensics. Like,
Yeah.
that's what he did.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it's not until later that he's like ends up like having to like frame someone for his crimes because all
Oh.
the bodies were found.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then eventually he like kills his boss and
Okay.
stuff. And
Cool.
yeah.
Cool. That's just whatever you have to do. Guys.
Yeah, like whatever, you know. Sociopaths. What can I say?
He didn't want to kill her. He just had to, though. So
Yeah, that's what like how many you hear that in domestic abuse relationships? Look what you made me do. Like
I didn't want to do it, but like, damn, you're getting close.
I mean, he only killed her, but he didn't want to. He just had to. Like
He felt
Yeah.
bad after, yeah.
I think that's why I hate like all the true crime stories, because it makes me want to become Dexter just so I can hunt down all these bad people and kill them. But then I'm like,
Right?
killing
Yeah.
is bad. Killing is bad. They
Not
must be
always.
bad people.
Yeah. What if it's a means to an
Yeah,
end,
not all.
right? Like,
Yeah.
what if it was
I
like
kind of
100%?
justified sometimes.
There's no chance they're innocent. Like,
Hmm.
you gotta-
Well, part of
a
Dexter's
Batman.
code was that he needed 100% evidence, even if he obtained that illegally, and then they had to like admit it right before he stabbed him. So
Oh, so he's
Yeah.
a sort of good guy. A vigilante?
yeah, vigilante.
Yeah.
Yeah. With obviously mental health problems nobody ever looked into.
No, but
Yeah,
his cop
childhood trauma.
his cop adoptive father was like, he's a crazy person. He's gonna kill anyway. I might as well teach him how to get away with it and train it to only be bad guys.
So he
So-
enabled the behavior.
Yes, he did.
Well, he
Like,
directed the fire where to go. He was like, nope,
Yeah.
this is going to happen. He's going to kill people. He's like, but you killed those people.
like instead of therapy and medication, it was no, you know what? You're gonna kill people. Let's have fun with it.
Yes.
You know?
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, with true crime podcasts or any true crime story, the biggest thing I learn is that cops never do their jobs. Because 90% of the stories are like the cops talked to the suspect and let him go, or the cops searched and didn't find anything, or the cops, didn't believe so and so when they called. And it's always like, oh, if only.
It's always
Cops are
mom
bad.
somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, cops, yeah. Don't
Okay.
trust them. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was like, okay, do you remember taking in school the test that says what your career path would have been?
Yes.
Like you did the questionnaire?
No,
You
yeah.
don't do that in the States?
I believe they did, but I was not a very good school child.
Yeah, me either. Yeah.
No, me neither. But
I
think
was
still took the
smart, but
test.
I never turned any of my paperwork in. It always took my mom to come in to talk to my teachers, and they're like, he hasn't done any of the schoolwork. She's like, show me to his desk. And they'd find my desk and she'd open it and there'd be all the papers from the year completed and just shoved in there. And I never turned anything in. So
Oh, here they just pass you anyway.
Yeah, it's true.
They don't care if you get it done. Like, oh man, we have quota to fill. Get the fuck out of here.
51%. Move on.
Yeah.
well, it's even better when you get to challenge the teachers and make them feel stupid. And they're like, why is this kid even in my class? Like, he doesn't need to be here. Get him out. I was like, oh, cool. Okay. Bye. I'm going to go to the playground.
Go do something else. Yeah.
Well, during here in I think it's grade 10 that they have the careers course that you do that
I
test
did mine in grade 7. Like,
oh
the
yeah, I think there
questionnaire.
was probably another one younger. But yeah, they make you do this multiple choice questionnaire that gives you jobs that you would be suited for, and then all the information on how to get there or how much that job makes on average. What did you guys get?
I got, believe it or not, journalist.
That's a good one.
And I didn't even think of being that back then. So
I got daycare worker.
that fits.
I hate it. And then I went to school for early childhood education, which was amazing. Like I loved getting that information. But then I hate kids. So that wasn't good.
You had too many of them.
I didn't have that many when I started, like when I went to school. I only had the one.
When did you start hating kids?
Always.
Always. You just
Always.
didn't it wasn't enough of a deterrent.
I thought I would be different. I really thought, well, because my guidance counselor's like, oh, you're really caring persona, whatever. And I was like, okay, I guess. And I went and I was like, no. So the education part was amazing. I loved it. And I loved learning how human beings are made and how their brains develop. But then in practice, I was like, these fucking kids, oh my God. No, thank you.
They're not everywhere. You can't escape it.
Always.
Yeah, there's no breaks.
And they rub everything. Their little sticky fingers.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Never again. I got actor.
That's the job I wanted.
Oh. Yeah.
So you wanted to be an actor?
Yeah, I actually, when I was younger, my mom helped me go through some courses through a company called JC Powers, and I actually got the opportunity to do a commercial for V8, the vegetable juice drink.
Oh,
Yeah.
You don't have to run a marathon or play sports to drink V8. All you have to be is thirsty. I was like, that was my line, and I was like, all right, cool. So I went through, did all the acting courses. Then after that, I just never went anywhere else with it. And I got kind of bored of trying to do anything else. So I was like, fuck it. I'll make my own production company and act however I want. So I've already voiced 6 characters in my own show, changing my voice however I can, because I love changing my voice and mimicking accents and stuff. So that's my passion right there.
That's amazing.
Yeah, you're ridiculously good at it too. I'm not as skilled. I just give my voice. It's my voice.
This is me.
I wanted to be a singer originally, but then I tried singing to my sisters one time, and I only got out my heart. And then from there, they just kept laughing and laughing and laughing. And anytime I tried to sing with them, they would just look at me and go, my heart. And I'm like, I don't sing with you guys anymore.
Yeah.
Fucking siblings. That's what they do.
They ruin your life.
Especially when you're
Never
raised
been
by three
born.
sisters.
Yeah, I had brothers, so they probably think I'm a bitch. They're probably like fucking older sisters, I'm telling you. But
Well, my sisters taught me a lot of good skills, so I'm pretty proud that I was able to grow up with my three sisters, but they were fucking bitches. They dressed me up in dresses and put makeup on me and all sorts of stuff. So, like, yeah, I have pictures of me in dresses. I have pictures of my nails painted and shit. And I'm like, at this point, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. You want to paint my nails? Do it. Like, all the kids at our place right now do it. They're like, oh, we got fingernail polish. I'm like, go for it.
oh yeah. I literally took my son to the nail salon and he got Spider-Man nails. Like fucking you can get anything now. Nails are just another accessory. Like a belt.
Like
Yeah,
a
my-
belt.
my niece is getting pretty good because she got some artisan brushes and she actually does like fine detailed pictures on each nail, and she makes little scenes with them. So every time you move a finger and you tell a story, you're like, this little guy, he was looking for a friend, and on the path he
that's
found this
cute.
guy. And then as they were going down, they found another guy. But then this is where she gets me every once in a while. She's 13. And of course, she's starting to learn this stuff. And she's like, and then these two decided to go, we don't want to be your friend anymore. Fuck. You had me invested in the story and now you just flip me off. Thanks.
Yeah.
And that's art. Like
that is art.
she painted all of that just for the bit.
Yeah. That's like commitment. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Commit to the bit.
Can't even get mad at her for it. You're like, damn it, I'm proud of you.
Yeah. You did so
She's
right.
gonna become a comedian, a nail technician comedian. She goes like on tour and she just has like her nail sets, almost like
And like
puppetry.
does a story and then
Yeah.
she's like, this is the end of the night.
Every time. That's the bit.
Is there a name for like prop comedians?
I guess just prop comedians.
Yeah,
like
I don't
that.
know. I thought they had like their own like type of categories.
It's prop comedy
Oh,
is what the category is. So
I feel like it would also be slightly improv, like improv prop comedy.
yeah,
yeah.
you'd probably get even more niche. Yeah.
We're just like dissecting the like
Yeah, the branches of comedy, figure out where it'd be.
Happens all the time here, and it pisses my wife off because I'll start watching a show with her, and then if something happens, I dig way too deep into the thoughts and processes of how things work, and she's like, can't we just watch the show without you picking every little thing apart and trying to figure out how it operates? I'm like, no, because it doesn't make sense. Why is that person running that way when they know that's where the explosion's gonna happen?
Okay, Mikhail, I'm gonna say this with the utmost respect. Are you autistic?
I was like gonna wait for you to be done talking. I was like, do you have autism?
No, I don't know.
Between
This
you
is
and
the
the
first
That's why
step.
we're asking.
The first step is to admit it.
I
Okay,
am
like a-
dyslexic. I have ADHD, and at the same time, I also can't keep a common thought for too long.
I hate to
Kind
tell
of
you this.
unscrewed.
I hate to be the one to tell you.
Am I autistic?
Am I autistic? Yeah.
You're
I don't
one
know.
of us. It's okay.
One of us. One of us.
At least you're in like
At least I
the
fit in somewhere now.
yeah.
That's literally it. Like I never felt like I fit in anywhere until I met other autistic people, and I was like, oh,
makes
this
sense.
is the pro. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Well, it's because like I find that neurodivergent people like kind of float to other neurodivergent people because you can kind of be yourself. You don't have to mask. You could just like it's more relaxing. I find like you want people with the same energy.
Yeah. You're like,
Yeah,
oh,
but-
this person's being weird. So I can be weird.
That's right. The quirky.
It's like permission.
Yeah.
See, that kind of explains why everybody in high school called me a ghost, because I bounced around from every clique, and I'd just show up, stand there, and then people would turn and go, "Holy crap, when did you get here?" I'm like, "I've been here for the last 5 minutes." Like, this is a fun topic.
They called me a floater because I floated around every clique. And then, of course, I was like, oh, okay, thanks.
Thanks.
Yep.
That looks like a fun group.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I was like, oh, this group's hanging out doing cool shit. I might as well. Like,
You come onto our show, you get a diagnosis. Like, there you go.
I was gonna say, I felt like I was drawn to this situation for some reason. Like, you guys all seem like really fun group, and I was like, I need to be part of that. I need to go talk with them. Like,
Just free diagnosis all around.
the state of healthcare right now. Am I right?
Yeah. This cost you nothing.
that's kind of where I found Jessica. I was like, oh man, I have this part I need filled, and I was going through like music, and I found I can't remember exactly what the song was. I have too many songs running through my head.
That's fine.
You're the bad bitch. I finally met the bad bitch like you. But that's where it was like, holy crap. And then I finally found the Discord for Opinionated Lushes, and I was like, oh, cool. And then I contacted her, and I was like, hey, you want to try out this voice acting thing that I have a part for? And she was like, yeah. So I sent it out, and she sent it back, and I'm like, holy fuck, she nailed it. Oh my God.
It
And
was
then
a
after that-
monologue, like an emotional monologue. So I did like the cryy voice. Apparently,
She
I did
made
that
me cry.
well.
That's
My cat just
great.
ate a hot dog. He brought a hot dog from dinner. I think probably from my daughter's plate. Sorry. And just brought it here just to eat it in front of me, dude.
Which one?
Like, he's like, look what I have. That's for the diabetic.
No, fucking diabetic one. Yeah, he brought it here just to eat it in front of me, and I was trying to grab it, and he just
He's not
swallowed
happy
it
with his
whole.
weight loss. Okay, his weight loss journey. He's like, no, we need to get back to the fat. So like, let me eat those hot dogs.
Anyways, so it was a very emotional podcast or a monologue, and I was like so nervous just because, like, again, I've only been doing voice acting not for even less long at that point. So yeah, so I thanked for the opportunity. Glad I could deliver.
Are you up to
Oh,
a
you-
year now?
Me?
Yeah, voice acting.
Technically, I first started podcasting. I first started voice acting a week before we went to Vegas, so 2 years.
Oh my God, that's
2.5 years.
Vegas.
October will be 2 years.
Yeah, but like I've been taking breaks because we've been doing this podcast, so sometimes this podcast takes all my time.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
It does.
I try. Like, I decided I needed more work, and now I can't podcast as much as I want to because there's bills.
Fucking bills.
Fucking bills.
So actually, like talking about your audio drama, how like when you started, like how do you find editing? Like sound editing.
When I started with Raising Hope, I did not know what the fuck I was doing. So the first few episodes sounded horrible. And after that, I had a couple of my other podcast buddies that were like, hey, dude, like, this is what you need to look for. Like, there's this program, you can do this, adjust the hertz, maybe get rid of the noise cancellation stuff, like adjust the sound dampening and stuff. And then add some better effects too. And I was like, okay. And then as I've grown, all my listeners have been like, dude, like, we agree. Like, in the first bit, it was kind of bad. But they're like, after the first like 6 episodes, they were like, we saw the progression, and they're like, now you're at the level to where it's like, it sounds fucking awesome, and we're excited for more. And I'm like, all right, I'm doing something good apparently.
That's nothing like opinionated lushes. We've just coast. Sometimes we get worse. Like
And then like our YouTube, it's literally unedited, so that's a fun ride.
We
oh
get
yeah, you get to see
a lot
our
of
bad.
views. Like, our unedited stuff gets a lot more support than our, like, on YouTube. Like, people want to see the people talking. we have the non-edited versions too, and it's our. Wait, I said that completely wrong.
50-50. She'll get you
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah, that's right. So we have the edited and the non-edited, and the non-edited on YouTube gets more appreciation than the edited.
Because we feel more real and not podcasty, I think. Because they're like
Maybe.
looking at us and we're all like,
all over the place.
see,
Yeah.
during
Say
that
like
pause,
100 times.
no
Yeah.
one listening is gonna know what happened. So you'll have to go to the YouTube to see what I just did there.
Yeah.
I'm not a very comfortable person when it comes to video. I think on my YouTube channel, I've only got one video, and that's me showing everybody my office / guest bedroom / sound booth. And that was me just being fucking weird. So I was like, yeah, this is me, guys. Like, you guys want to meet the producer? Like, here I am. This is me. I'm an awkward, unsocial guy, pretty much. Like, hi.
Hi.
Here's my dirty office.
I hate how that's always advice. They're like, oh, if you want more engagement, like show like your real life. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like,
Yeah, I'm like, it's a mess.
You don't want that, like, at all.
Like, this is as much as you get.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Ah.
I think, but you could tell the difference though. Like when we first started, it may be not okay, but then like at the like 5th episode, we kind of found our like stride. Sure, we have like technical difficulties like all the time, but like that's like
Literally.
part of our niche now. But it sounds good. Like I think we still sound like we're doing okay.
Yeah, I mean, Mikhail's listened to us so much that he came on.
Yeah.
So
I enjoy the show.
thank you. Thank you.
I've gotten a couple of my friends to listen to it too, and they're like, dude, this sounds kind of fun. Like, we should do a drinking show. And I'm like,
Do
now you're
it.
just stealing their idea.
That's fine. Our idea stolen. Like we've stolen ideas. Like it's steal like an artist.
I'm sure we have many. Yeah. I feel like when you're in like a creative field, you're just sharing ideas and making it
we
your own.
draw inspiration. That's what it is.
Yeah, I fucked up because I didn't do enough research on my show before I chose the name Raising Hope, a zombie audio survival. And I got some negative comments on like Reddit and stuff. They're like, wow, can't this guy think of anything original? Like, doesn't he know that there's already a show called Raising Hope? And I'm like,
I
there's a
love
show
Raising
called
Hope.
Raising
Yeah.
Hope?
Yeah. I love it.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Well,
But
I
there's
don't
like
think
so many. Like there's like a Saving Hope, there's Raising Hope, there's like Hope Land. Like hope is like a very common word to use in like show names. So like they need to get over it.
That's why I'm just like, I don't really care, dude. It's Reddit anyway. I'm like, Reddit is just a place for people to be assholes.
Yeah,
So-
oh, such a dumpster fire.
Have your opinion. I don't care. Like, it's my show. Everybody loves it so far. I haven't gotten any like hate mail.
what's your show? Like that's
Yeah.
like you know, if you're gonna diss mine, show me yours.
I've got so many shows that I have written too that I'm like, oh, now I just need to think of titles that aren't going to piss people off.
Google. try them all, see what pops up. I
If
do
you're
think it's
ever making a show, yeah,
go
you
Google.
go first.
You go
Okay,
first.
I was gonna say if you're ever making a show about 3 people doing a podcast and starting a cult, like we're your gals.
We talk about our cult all the time.
All the time.
I'll play the
Whatever
detective trying to find out what's happening with this cult while in the background. I also play one of those random listeners who types in with questions and tries to surmise what this cult's achievements are supposed to be.
Oh, we got a new question. Tell me about your cult. We aren't a cult. We don't use the C word here. Unfortunately, we are a commune. And we just happen to have similar beliefs.
There's a difference.
There is a difference.
Difference.
We like to dress the same. It just makes laundry easier. We don't have to switch between colors and whites if everything's gray. So we all wear gray.
Good for the watch. You just grab it off of the like our dressing room. You just grab whatever, walk out.
Yeah, there you go. There you
As the cult members were talking, I sat back, trying to discern which one was the cult leader. Even though they don't call themselves a cult, I can definitely tell they're cultish.
and now it's for Cult Leader Hour, the only time she ever talks during the podcast, and it's Dawn! Leader Dawn! Hi, welcome to the show! So tell us what's been going on today.
The
Nothing.
ringleader
I've been
finally
drinking.
appears.
Yeah, like, oh man, yeah. It's starting to hit.
Guys, you need to drink with me. Get drunk.
Get drunk. Like,
I'm working on it, all right?
the fact that like we're like, oh, it's like a commune, but you're pushing like alcohol and like stuff. You're like, oh, like that's not a cult.
Or
No.
whatever. I'm
We have gardens of fruit that we just ferment.
That's right. We got to get to it before the animals.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Make
how you
your
make,
own.
that's how you make moonshine. We
Yeah.
we had like a plum tree and we didn't pick all the plums in time. We're like, oh shit, let's do something with them. So we made moonshine with them. It's very strong.
That actually sounds really good.
Yeah. Sonya's very good at the homesteading stuff, which is why my plan in the apocalypse is just to go to her house. So
Just do your very best.
yeah.
Did you like? How are you gonna find me?
Right now, I have your address printed out on paper in case
All right,
the
good.
power grid goes out. So don't you worry, I will find you.
That's how a cult
Okay.
operates, right? Like you
That's
guys
right, yeah.
always know where you're at.
Yeah, we know you. Yeah.
Exactly.
And like we should have like a plan though. You need to tell me what route you're taking so I can like meet you part way.
No. We'll make it. We don't want to risk you because you're the most valuable asset. Because I don't know how to make moonshine. So you stay home. You hunker down. We will get to you. Don't you worry.
You start collecting people along the way. We're going for moonshine.
Oh, the end of the world apocalypse. It's like what's his face in Zombieland where his goal is just Twinkies. It's like no. Moonshine.
What's his name? Woody Harris? No.
Woody Harrelson.
Is it? That's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, it's Woody something, right? Like it's
Yeah.
Woody. But yeah. Do we have any last jobs we wanted to be when we were all grown up?
oh yeah, I wanted to be everything. Like I wanted to be like a hotel bed and breakfast type runner person, a writer, a cartoonist. I think for a little while acting, but then I failed drama twice. So like that didn't work out. I was like, okay, maybe it's not for me. A baker person, a bog witch. I'm now starting to work on these things. So it's a good like whatever I wanted to be when I grew up. I'm like starting to like get into that now. I did a job a long time. I went to school, got a career, and now I want to do other stuff.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
I just want to be a mob wife. Like,
Like that's your you're like your whole life.
But like mob wife, cult leader.
A
Whatever.
mob cult?
Yeah.
That sounds really
Not the
scary.
wife.
Like
And I have like 100 husbands. And they all
so like
have
that's
tattoos.
your
Oh my
mob.
God.
Yeah. That's your cult.
Yeah.
It's like you're the leader and then you have like husbands. Instead of like if the
Yeah.
cult leader has like wives, you're
Yeah.
Well,
As, like,
yeah, she's the
gender
leader of the
roles?
cult. All the men in the cult have to sleep with her. It's like part
Yeah.
of our laws or something.
part
Yeah.
of the cult life.
Like none of the women can sleep with their husbands. Like this, like Waco. Like none of the husbands could sleep with their wives. All the wives had to sleep with the one guy. That's
Yeah.
what it's like. Reverse that for Dawn. Like the
Yeah.
wives can't sleep with their husbands. The husbands have to sleep with Dawn though.
Yeah.
It's a cult.
Okay. It's the cult.
It,
side. I thought
it
was the
always
cult.
goes to sex if it's a cult.
Yeah.
Like they all
Yeah,
end up that
That's
way.
the
so,
difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a commune is you live together. A cult is freaky sex stuff.
Yeah,
Like that,
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
And definitely going for the cult then, definitely.
Do you have any last minute thoughts, Mikhail?
Exotic dancer.
Oh, that'd be
Can
cool.
you join the
I really
cult?
wanted to
See?
be an exotic dancer like Magic Mike, but I apparently have no rhythm. I can't dance.
That's the
That can be
autism.
learned.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I was a cheerleader in high school though, because I was the only dude
Oh.
in school that could do flips on the field. So the cheerleaders were like, "Hey, can you join us?" And I'm like, "All right, I'm not doing anything." So I would do flips on the field for the cheerleaders, and that was about it. And I'm like, "All right, that's as close as I can get to dancing. I can flip."
That's better than me.
You know, if,
Yeah.
if everybody's flipping, it's like a choreographer dance, right? So if everyone's doing it, it's fine.
Yeah.
I tried to teach him, but it was painful to watch.
I imagine.
I
Yeah.
think the funnest part about it after I did the cheerleading, you know what powder puff is in high schools? Instead of the guys playing football, the cheerleading group goes out and plays football while the football players dress up in cheerleading outfits and cheer for the girls.
Nice.
I got told that everybody was going to be wearing thongs for the cheerleading group, and I showed up wearing a thong with my cheerleader miniskirt, and everybody else was like, "No, we didn't wear them." And they're like,
Oh my God.
"Yeah, no, dude." So they were like, "All right, you got to flip down the field, like that's your part." And so it was kind of funny to hear the crowd laughing and giggling when I'm doing back handsprings down the field and my skirt's flipping up and everybody's seeing my bare white ass in a thong, and then also like seductively dancing towards our coach and going, "Is this what you wanted?"
It sounds like you were very, very close to reaching your goal of exotic dancer. Like you were so close to being
That
there.
was about the epitome of my achievement right there. It was like, all right, I finally did it. I don't want to do it again though.
Yeah,
Fair.
no, thank you.
Well, we're reaching up the end of this episode. So thank you again, Mikhail, for being a guest on our podcast and paying me again. I'm not hard to make happy. And saying my voice acting is good. It's very validating. If you want to take this moment and like plug your stuff for our listeners out there so they know where to find Raising Hope and everything else.
Well, right now, as it stands, Raising Hope is wherever you listen to podcasts. We're on multiple streaming platforms. And like I said, we're out there. Raising Hope, a zombie survival audio drama. What would you do in a zombie apocalypse if you found an abandoned baby?
So we'll have all the links in the description below. So super easy to find, and be on the lookout for possibly some stuff with my voice in it.
Yeah, look forward to this dark space of mine.
So thank you again so much for coming on our podcast. I want to once again thank our VIP Patreon, Stephanie Hurst, for hanging in there and supporting us like she does. Stephanie, we are planning on coming to Salem for that book thing you told us about a long time ago. We have it in our calendar. We literally have it planned. Please stay hanging in there until then. We really want to meet you.
Yeah, still like us, please, because it'll be super awkward if we go and see you and you have started to hate us.
Yeah,
so, like you could just maybe pretend until then.
Keep us updated. Let us know.
Yeah, if you change your mind, let us know.
And if you want to be as cool as Stephanie Hurst and get a shout out at the end of our episodes, you too can be a VIP Patreon on our Patreon. But we also have tiers as low as $2. But at our $5 tier, you get access to our pre-drinks episode, where we did record a pre-drinks episode with Mikhail here of a game of Would You Rather. So if you want to check that out, over 100 episodes to catch up on at $5 a month, just go to our Patreon, link in the description. So we will see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.